All right, bro, let's go ahead and get into it. I know it's been a minute since I posted on this channel, but I've been on my gaming channel heavy. You can go follow me on at Trail Unloaded. I'll probably put that in the description. But yeah, my last video was talking about the weakness of each potential playoff team. Now, this video will be talking about the awards that's going to be given out at the end of the season for for the best players in the world. And I'm going to start with the All NBA teams because I feel like this is gonna be very detail oriented. So I just want to get into these first, and then I'm gonna worry about the MVP, DPO, Wide Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year after I do All NBA teams. So let's go ahead and start. Here's my first team, All NBA team. I feel like all these guys are a given. Yeah, maybe only one person you could probably say, oh, why you put him on the list. But let's go ahead and talk about it, and that's Jason Tatum. Jay Ford, one of the best players in the league. He on a 60-win team, by the way. This 60-win team is like no joke. Now, folks gonna say, "Oh, Jason Tatum, he's surrounded by all this talent. What does he really do out there?" He does a lot for that team. Trust me, because come playoff time, they're gonna definitely need Jason Tatum. Now, Jason Tatum as of late, he's been kind of coasting. He's been waiting for the playoffs. You can obviously tell, but some of the performances he's been putting up. But Jason Tatum does a lot for this team, and you will see come playoff time because you don't know what you're gonna get out of Jrue Holiday. You definitely don't know. Well, I won't say definitely because it definitely should be for Jrue Holiday. But you don't know what you're going to get from Jaylen Brown. Kristaps Porzingis, in a high-intense playoff setting, we haven't seen that since 2021. So it's been a minute since he's been in the playoffs and him, playing against playoff defenses, right? So you never really know. So Jason Tatum will have to definitely be the one that's going to have to step up. Jason Tatum also has been a proven playmaker. His footwork has gotten better. The problem with him, in my opinion, and he be missing layups. It's gotten better over the years, but it be certain moments he just be missing layups over guards. Come on, bro, you're 6'9", you're built like a tank, and you can't finish over Steph Curry, for example. Bro, what are we doing here? But besides all that, his pull-up shooting has gotten better. His driving him willing to drive more. And throughout the game has gotten better. Bro, he's gotten better year in, year out. Now, he's not going to reach the 30-point plateau folks want him to hit because he's surrounded by this talent. He's surrounded by a guy like Jrue Holiday, Derek White. He's surrounded by a guy like Jaylen Brown, who's also going to be on my All-NBA team coming up. And he playing with Kristaps Porzingis, who's a French All-NBA team performer. So this is not like a situation where he's 1 to 2, right? No, he got one. He's 1, then 2, then you have 3, 4, and 5. The whole starting lineup could put up buckets. So yeah, I don't see why folks would be hating on Jason Tatum the way they do. So next person I'm talking about is SGA. Now, SGA, he made the first team All-NBA last year as a 9th seed, so it would be a no-brainer to give him the All-NBA nod as the 2nd seed. And guess what? I feel like this season, he really, he's still averaging 30 points per game, but I feel like it's definitely not the same compared to how it was last year, since he's surrounded by more talent that's actually gotten better, like J-Dub, and he got talent that's actually coming back from injury, like Chet Holmgren. So basically, he's still averaging 30 while the other guys are still eating. They improving as a unit on the defensive end because of Chet Holmgren. SGA, he also got better in the end, but I feel like he'd be way better as an on-ball defender. But his wingspan, he can get in the passing lanes, and folks try to get out the ball well. So that's players' go-to move now. He can easily steal that too. So yeah, this man SGA is the real deal. He gets his spots. He's one of the clutchest players in the league, which I'm gonna talk about in the next video. And then he's a good post player. This guy is the real deal. So next person I'm gonna talk about is Giannis. Now, Giannis, he been on the 2nd seed Bucks team throughout this whole season. It's crazy because the reason why it's not as respected because the Bucks against good teams so far this year has not been good. Damian Lillard and Giannis dynamic has not worked. This whole team just feel the vibes just feel completely off. But Giannis as a whole, as an individual talent though, he's been putting up some like great performances. Like he's been MVP level throughout his whole time as a superstar. It's like really nothing else you can really say about Giannis. The only knock about him is really his jump shot, but you can't be perfect. And he's really a big man anyways. But it do be moments where the jump shot is necessary or like a post up. Like you cannot get deep in the paint all game. But with his skill set though, he's dominating in the half court very easily. Like you cannot get in front of a force like that consistently throughout a whole game. Unless you have different folks trying to take charges on him, because that's going to be the only way you can stop him. You try to get in front of him in a transition situation, you just move out the way, bro. You don't waste your time trying to guard Giannis in transition. And his footwork, I feel like it's gotten better a little bit, but it still needs work, but it definitely has gotten better. Alright, so the next person we'll talk about, who got probably a similar play style to SGA, but better, of course, and that's Luka Doncic. Luka, I'm telling you, dog, this is like, he's like one of one talent. He's like a flawless NBA player. I keep saying NBA player. He's a flawless offensive player. There's nothing he can't do on that end. He can play make with one of the best of them. His pass is just wow, just elite. He can shoot the three. He can shoot the mid range. He got good post moves. He can turn on both shoulders in the post. Like I said, the footwork is there. Like, dude, he's driving to the lane. Once he driving to the lane, him and AGA, they do that little slow step. Now the defense off balance. They don't know whether to jump or to stay on their feet. Now, if you do jump, and one. If you don't jump, if you stay this one, okay, bet. Let's do the counter move and the turnaround fake. Like, Luka Doncic and the next person I'm about to talk about is just flawless offensive players. And the next person I'm about to talk about is Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic, like I just mentioned, is a flawless NBA player. His post moves is elite. Like, you cannot rush Nikola Jokic at all. If you try to rush him, you just wasting your time at this point. The work needs to be done pre-catch. Like, if you let him catch it at the spot he wanted to get to, you at his mercy at that point. Now he can just back you down, and if you lean too much, he can spin off you. You just not giving no resistance. He can just back you down, just bury you up under the paint. Now you're screwed. He can turn both shoulders with his hook shot and post fade. And his passing, I feel he probably the best passer in the league. Him and Luka is just neck and neck best passer in the league, because the passes Nikola Jokic would try and actually succeed in is wild. I don't think we'll ever see something like that again. But it's really no telling, since the game and players today is getting more and more skilled. So we never know with things like this, bro. So yeah, that around there my first team All NBA. Let's go with second team, and let's go ahead and put that on the screen. This second team, I had to think about a couple stuff, because like I did mention, Joel Embiid, he's hurt. He unfortunately didn't make the 65 game rule. That's very unfortunate. Donovan Mitchell, he's the same way. He didn't make the 65 game rule. He didn't make the All NBA team. A guy like Kyrie Irving, he was hurt for most of the season. Well, you can say most of the season, and he unfortunately didn't make the All NBA team. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys that's going to be upset. Now, you can also say a guy like LaMelo Ball, but LaMelo Ball, I don't think he was going to make All NBA team, even if he was healthy, because Charlotte Hornets is not a good team as of yet. But let's go ahead and get into my second team All NBA. So this is Jalen Brunson, Kawhi, this is Kevin Durant, this is Anthony Edwards, AD, and let's talk about AD first. So AD, I feel like he gets disrespected a lot. Now, him and LeBron are interchangeable on my list, because I feel like they're not going to put two players on 9 seed and second team on NBA. I don't think that's possible. So either LeBron or AD is going to be in the third team, which is fine by me. I don't care. I want at least both guys to actually make the All NBA team. I don't care if it's first, second, or third, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's go and talk back. Let's circle around back to AD. So Anthony Davis, I feel like the way folks talk about it, they act like he's just a Clint Capella type, and that's far from the truth at all. AD is one of the best post players in the league. Clint Capella comparison is so outrageous to me, especially at the beginning of the season when he was just trying to get his legs back under him. That was just so wild because he can do so much with the ball. And so it was moments within the season that he was like flirting with triple double numbers, and he was actually getting a triple double at times. He, like I mentioned, he one of the best post players in the league. He can bully ball you. He got the finesse game to him, post fade. His mid range is trying to come back to life. His 3-point shot probably never gonna come back to life, to be honest with you. And he's one of the most portable big men in the league. This is why folks be trying to give him the Clint Capella comparisons because of how athletic he is on the boards and then the pick and roll settings. Jesus Christ, I don't know if y'all heard that, but the police side is pretty crazy. But yeah, back to AD, like I said, the portability he shows on a 99 basis is why folks get on Giannis for not being portable for Damian Lillard. Giannis do not roll hard to the rim as much as he should to actually accommodate Dame, because the reason why Giannis, like, you can watch the game. Giannis would screen. He would just float. He'd get the ball. He'd try to do his thing. Instead of roll, like screen, roll. Just roll hard to the rim. He don't do that as often, so that's why the pairing don't work. And also, Damian Lillard probably watched, right? But yeah, AD, he can literally work with anybody. Now, he's not a Nikola Jokic type portability because Nikola Jokic is a supreme playmaker, and he don't really need the ball at all to dominate. Same with AD, but AD just don't have the playmaking chops like a Nikola Jokic, but he is an improving playmaker as we saw throughout this whole season. Next person I'll tell you about is Anthony Edwards. Now, Anthony Edwards, the reason why he's on the second team is because I feel like he don't have an argument over like a. Well, he probably do in some cases over like a Jason Tatum or like a SGA or something, but. Nah, I just can't do it. But second team, I feel like this is a great spot for him. Now, if folks try to put him on third team, I feel like it's probably way too low for him because he's been performing great this season. He's performed so far. He just dropped a 51-point game not too long ago. He's one of the most explosive guards in the league. I feel like his shooting is definitely not where it's supposed to be, but guess what? He's 22 years old. He's gonna improve. He's definitely gonna improve. Don't knock that. And yeah, he got this physical powers. When he drive, he's just bouncing off folks. Like I saw a drive today. This is coming after the Nuggets game. I saw a drive when he did against KCP, and KCP almost went flying. Like he's built, dog. He's definitely built. He's definitely the Dwayne Wade type archetype. But yeah, and once his shooting come to form and is actually at his peak powers. The league better watch out, dog. That's all I gotta say. The league better watch out. So next person I'm gonna talk about is Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi Leonard is an interesting case because his points per game average is not gonna speak. Oh wow, this is an All NBA type season. But trust me, this has been an All NBA type season for Kawhi Leonard because he's almost averaging 50-40-90 season. It's the most game he's played since his Spurs days. His his mid-range game is still always gonna be the same. Yeah, his footwork and post moves is getting better and better, and you can see that as he started to play more games, we actually saw versions of actual I'm trying to see how the phrase is, actual vintage Kawhi Leonard type performance, actually getting down the stance on the defensive end more and more this year. I've seen more dunks. Like I'm not saying he can't dunk or nothing like that, but I'm seeing way more dunks compared to years prior. I know I'm not tripping by saying that because I'm seeing him spin off folks, right? He's dunking on folks' head. I'm seeing him go in transition and dunking on folks' head. I'm like, bro, I haven't seen this since 2017, dog. And this is no knock on Kawhi Leonard because it's very unfortunate that he's been dealing with the knee injuries. But you can tell this is the healthy he's been since that time. But, unfortunately, he's been resting due to knee injuries. Hopefully, it's just rest and not actually a knee problem that he's been dealing with. Hopefully, that's not the case. But, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant, I feel like his game, it's pretty crazy that he's actually been this effective this stage of his career. Because coming off an Achilles injury, you think, oh yeah, his career is about over. But he just continued on. and just continue to dominate. It's pretty crazy that we still see Kevin Durant, like we do today, because I know Achilles injury is really just like the end all be all to injury. But since we got Martin Marison and stuff like that, bro, he's like a one-on-one type talent on the offensive end. He's even driving more, which is pretty crazy because I know he got flack for that in the off season because the Nuggets basically took him out the series. That's what they basically did. Now you see him drive more, and guess what? His free throw numbers start to spike again, and yeah, it's pretty crazy where he's at in his career. Hopefully, he continues to dominate throughout the rest of his career until he retires. But I'm still awe of a guy that stature, still like performing at levels we haven't seen before. All right, so next person we'll talk about to finish on the second team All NBA, and that's Jalen Brunson. Now, Jalen Brunson, he's been doing his thing on the Knicks, especially despite the injuries and stuff like that. Bro, Jalen Brunson around this Knicks space, like everybody cannot like survive around this Knicks space because Jalen Brunson, I think the numbers say he faced the most double teams this season. And that says a lot because you see guys like maybe LeBron gets double, maybe you see Luka gets double, you see like Kevin Durant gets double, like bro, Giannis, like bro, those are elite guys. Then Jalen Brunson is at the top due to Julius Randle missing a game due to a shoulder problem. He's unfortunately going to miss the rest of the season. OG Anunoby, I think 2 weeks in his Knicks tenure, he get elbow injury. He missed most of his time with the Knicks. And now Jalen Brunson out there like Miles McBride, Josh Hart. I'm not saying these are bad players. These are actually good role players. Also, Mitchell Robinson has missed majority of the season until he just came back. And like, bro, Jalen Brunson averaged 27 points as like a 5'11" to like 6'1" guard. His footwork is outstanding. He uses his footwork just so effortlessly. Sometimes he a pump fake. All right, that's step through right there. He posts up bigger players. He can turn on both shoulders. Like he's just so creative in the mid range area. Is so crazy. And yeah. Jalen Brunson definitely deserves a nod. Now, if you want to say he first team, that's fine. And especially if they get the third seed. If they get the third seed, then he's definitely have heavy consideration for first team All NBA. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about third team All NBA. You see the names on this list, and yeah, it's probably be names you probably say, "Oh, why is this guy not in his first or second team and stuff like that?" Well, unfortunately, these are like great players. So yeah, this is gonna be, folks are gonna be left out. But all NBA teams are all NBA teams because these guys definitely gonna get paid, especially the ones that just got paid in the off season and is looking for the Supermax money. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the first person on my list, and that's De'Aaron Fox. Now, folks gonna probably put Sabonis on here, and I just disagree with that because Sabonis this season, and I saw his numbers. I think he's averaging a 52 true shooting percentage against the top teams in the NBA. That's not good. Now he's been averaging his numbers so far this season 19 and 14 or something like that, with like 7 assists on 60% true shooting percentage. But if your numbers take a dip that bad against great teams, I don't know how I can feel about that. That's why I put De'Aaron Fox right here, because he's averaging a career high in 3-point percentage. He's still a great elite driver, but I feel like he's relying too much on the 3-point shot since he's feeling himself more, since he's been working out with Steph Curry and stuff like that. So he feel a lot more comfortable with his shot. It is actually translating into the court since he's averaging 36% from 3. He's one of the clutchest players in the NBA. Probably not as he was last year, but he's still a clutch player. Him and Malik Monk, that duo in the clutch is like spectacular. And then, like I said, he's still one of the fastest guards in the league. Like if you give him the ball in like a semi-transition, look out, bro. Because if you don't stop him right away, he's going to the lanes. He's either dunking or he's doing like a creative finish. And yeah, this man De'Aaron Fox is definitely deserving of an All NBA nod, and I would be surprised if he don't make it. but if they give it to Sabonis, I probably wouldn't be as surprised, to be honest with you. This person I'm going to talk about, and this was a questionable pick because I wasn't sure, especially since Donovan Mitchell wasn't going to make it, and that is Tyrese Haliburton. Now, Tyrese Haliburton, he started out the season great. He even had a great in-season tournament run. Now, it's unfortunate that this hamstring injury hindered him this part of the season, and I feel he's been playing through injury probably most of the second half of the season. But he has a 2011. He's very efficient. They tailored the offense towards him to actually use his playmaking, and yeah, he definitely has some creative passes where he just look like he about to shoot it, but he jump up to make a pass. Like, he's very good in that sense, and hopefully he continue on his play. And yeah, that's why the Pacers in the spot they are in today. So let's go ahead and talk about Steph Curry. Let me see. Let's see. So I got Tyrese. Oh, well, yeah. Let's talk about Steph Curry before I get to this person. So yeah, Steph Curry. It's nothing else to be said. He's the best shooter in the planet, right? I feel like this season though has been like very, very like eye opening because in my opinion, if Donovan Mitchell didn't get hurt, I feel like this would have been Donovan Mitchell's spot because Steph Curry this season, you look at the numbers, you say, oh, what's the problem here? The problem is he's been putting like games like 15, inefficient 15, 7, 17, 7, 6. Like he's been putting up bad performances this season, and they've been still winning games. Now he's still averaging 27 points per game, which is good, but dog, I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is not the same Steph Curry, but the our prime Steph Curry is better than most people in the NBA. So that just to keep it real. Now his highs this season though, his highest performances this season has definitely been great though. You can't take that away from him because I know he had a stretch where he was putting up 30, 26, 28, 42. I think he had like a 50 ball mixed in there. I know he dropped like 47 on the Lakers. So yeah, this guy is unreal as a talent, and yeah, that's why he made the 30 team on the NBA team. This person I'm talking about is Jaylen Brown. Now Jaylen Brown, yes, he's definitely gonna make it for me because he's a part of a 61 team. He's also averaging 25 plus a game. I just don't see why not give him the nod because he's one of the best self creators. He's a great athlete. He's a great point of attack defender. His on-ball defense definitely is the thing that's really holding him back because if he was a better on-ball defender, I wouldn't consider him a neutral. I would definitely consider him a positive on the end. And despite all that, I feel like he just needs more work in the playmaking department. But I feel like if your job is not the playmaking, why even try to do it? And I feel like that's the sense for Jaylen Brown. But I feel like if he get better at playmaking, this team would be even better. It just makes no sense because of how skilled the duo Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is. This person I'm talking about to round my third team All NBA, and that is LeBron James. I'm not gonna spoil nothing, so I'm just not gonna say too much. But yeah, this man LeBron James is shooting. This is his best shooting season. It's unfortunate that he probably not gonna make the playoffs, which is very wild. Yeah, but his career is literally career highs in each category. 41% from three. I feel like this is career high. 41% on catch and shoots or something like that. 40 something dribble pull up threes. Bro, it's like career highs in every category. Yeah, you can say 2022 is the best. You can say 2017. You can say 2014. But nah, in my opinion, 2024 LeBron, this is definitely his best shoot season. And I just saw like a stat today before I made this video that he's the oldest player in the NBA to average 40% from three. Think about this. I didn't think LeBron James would ever get to a 40% mark on this type of volume ever. Or again, put it like that. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. But yeah, that's going around my All NBA teams. I'm going to pull up my first team again, my second team, and my third team. Hopefully you guys like this video. My voice was like very going in this video, as you can tell. So yeah, hopefully you guys like, comment, subscribe, and support Trail M out.